Hi, this is Loredana Nicolae from NNC Services. Today we have a somewhat controversial topic on our hands, definitely related to the current crisis we're going through. There's debates whether telemarketing works or does not work. We've seen the good and the bad, and we've seen also state bans due to the current crisis. And basically the state is preventing a lot of the typical marketing calls, especially cold calling. Now, as you can see, it does not seem from the latest data that telemarketing is affected. However, I used to get like at least a dozen calls a day. I'm not getting one every other day now. So I guess that don't know for what reason people are either stalling on their telemarketing efforts, or maybe they're not yet understanding the bans that are imposed on this activity. However, what should you do? So first of all, I believe that if you have a database, especially in B2B, with good buyers information, especially customers or prospects, do call. Do it in a sensitive way, in a sensible way to the current situation. Be empathetic, try to help, do not try to sell around these dates, but do keep in touch, especially via phone. People do need to reach out these days and to keep their customers close. This has been addressed in one of our previous webinars on how you can grow your B2B pipeline in times of crisis. You can take a look at that and see what are some of the techniques and tactics, and especially in which phase you should address the telemarketing activities. But there's still a question, okay, so if you're not comfortable doing telemarketing around this time, if you don't want to, or maybe you just don't have the resources anymore, what should you do? There's some new data that just came out on the impact of coronavirus on advertising efforts. Mind you that this is a very new study, just came out a couple of weeks ago in the beginning of April. Please have a look and see that about 2/3 of marketers, so 64%, held back from launching the campaign until later in the year. Some of them stopped, like about 50-50, stopped and pulled the campaign in mid-flight. And many of them, about half of the companies, adjusted the media type usage, right? Some canceled the campaigns completely, and about a third postponed the advertising activities until later in the year. B2B buyers especially are upping their spending most on web conferencing software, right? So we've addressed this before in one of our daily videos, that you can shift your event budget, which used to be like quite high in the B2B marketing budgets, and you can shift that to digital conferencing. You can also see how about 40% of B2B tech buyers in particular, surveyed in the middle of March, they're seeing impact on their software spending by actually increasing it, right? So they're not postponing, they're not looking to later in the year, but actually B2B tech buyers are increasing their software spending, right? So this is actually good news. And please also address the fact that a lot of the content is video. We've shown in one of our initial daily videos how video is the channel to go to. So on top of digital conferencing and webinars, please consider video. You should be safe with at least these two alternatives. We're also seeing a lot of traction with this daily video. So this is by itself a testimonial that this channel actually works. And if you'd like to understand even more on how some of these channels and work, please look at the webinar recording on handling digital communication during crisis. This is one of the webinars that's been delivered a couple of weeks ago with amazing content and studies and data showing what channels you can still use to get traction with your digital content these days. If you have any questions, as usual, please leave them in the comments below. I'll share all the links that I've addressed in this video, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.